The Kon Tiki is a new design, so it required new templates and a new headstock jig. The neck and the body are made out of African mahogany. The sides of the guitar are now smoothed down with the oscillating sander. Next, I route out the sound chambers. This also alleviates the weight of the guitar. Here I'm cutting out the book-matched koa wood top. Next, I put glue on the mahogany body and the koa top. Then even things out with a credit card. All excess glue is wiped off with a wet rag, and then the guitar is clamped. And clamped. And clamped, and clamped, and clamped, and clamped, and clamped. Next, it's time to start preparing the fretboard. Meanwhile, back at the guitar, it's time to route out the pickup cavities. Routing out the edges of the guitar to the final size. I then drill holes for the electronics. Next, I route out the electronics cavity in the back of the guitar using one of my templates. A round-over bit is used to give a smooth edge on the guitar. I sand away any imperfections left over by the bit. Next, it's time for the inlay. Pieces of koa wood are next glued to the fingerboard for their final position. All inlay pieces are cut with this jeweler's saw on what's called as a bird's beak. Next, I route out the pattern shapes that are to be inlaid into the fingerboard. I then check to see if pieces fit. If the pieces don't fit, more routing is required. This can take several attempts until a piece does eventually fit. Next, the routed out design cavities are filled with superglue and fitted into the fingerboard. The edges are then flooded with superglue to avoid gaps. Next, it was time to repeat this process for the body of the guitar, which had African ebony inlaid into the Hawaiian koa wood. After all the glue is dried, it's time to sand the inlay flush to the body. Next, it's time to resaw the fret slots on the fingerboard. Fret wire is then bent to match the radius of the fingerboard. Pieces of fret wire are next cut and then hammered into the frets. Now it's time to cut out the neck cavity using the neck pocket jig. This will help accommodate the neck into the body. Next, there needs to be drill holes made to run wire from the pickups to the electronics cavity. This is the belly cut being carved into the back, then sanded to its final shape. Finally, it's time to glue the neck into the body.